Hello, everyone, and welcome to the ANCW podcast. I'm your host for today, Leanna Sarman, and I'm here in New Mexico for the Region VI meeting. So, throughout this episode, I'll be interviewing a few different people to give you all an update of what's going on here in Region VI and throughout ANCW as a whole. Here with me right now, I have Michelle Greeman, who is the president for New Mexico Cowbelles, and she has been instrumental in putting this entire event on, and it has gone really well. We have over 100 people here, which is really good for a region meeting, and so we're definitely making some improvements. What did it take to put this on? Like, what were your steps? What were your goals in order to make this a successful event?
Well, the big thing was to start planning far out in advance. I mean, if you're going to have a big event like this, start a year out at least. For us in New Mexico, we wanted to do something that was innovative and interactive, and we wanted just to give you guys some things that you could take home that you could put to work right away when you got back to your states or to your locals. So that was our main goal. We had a fantastic planning committee. Our committee chair, Vonda Frost, did an amazing job of organizing all of us. So we were grateful for all of her help. And then everybody has jumped in, hands-on, boots on the ground. So it has been a really great conference. And we were so excited to have so many ladies from all over the western states come visit us in New Mexico.
So you talked about being able to give information at this meeting that's going to be usable for our members outside once they get back home and being able to utilize it at their states. What are some topics that you have gone over and some areas of interest that you have brought forth?
Well, we wanted to focus on, some internal stuff like what we can do within our organizations to help us grow, help us stay relevant and sustain so that we can keep doing beef promotion and beef education and taking care of our industry. So we talked about how to recruit and retain our volunteers and that our time is worth something, that, our time is very valuable. As far as like education and outreach, we have a wonderful partnership with New Mexico Beef Council and New Mexico Ag in the Classroom. So we have some interactive hands-on workshops with some lessons that ladies around our state have developed in cooperation with these other groups. That's beef outreach, beef education, talking about the nutritional value of beef, that beef has zip, and we go over zinc, iron, and protein, and the participants, whether you're older or younger, they can build a keychain that has the zip, the three things on it with beef with the little letter beads. And then we have another workshop which is about sustainability and how beef and ranching is sustainable and is really good for the environment. And it's actually building a pasture out of Play-Doh and then using a little foam like stress cow to show where the cattle are in the pasture and all of the different things that they're helpful for. And then of course we have a program where it's in development about beef byproducts. And so that's another focus that we had, on all the good things that we have to offer. Another thing we want to do is we want to showcase, we're basically located on campus at New Mexico State University here in Las Cruces, and we just recently have a new feed mill and meat processing and nutrition lab that they've completed on campus through grant funding and some legislative stuff. So we wanted to showcase that and show that off and how it ties into our brand new meat inspection program in the state of New Mexico, and just things that hopefully help our industry and that people can take back and have ideas and networking. And giving these ladies a chance to get to know one another and share ideas while they're here.
There's a lot going on. It's a very interactive, in-depth meeting in 2 days that we've been able to fit quite a bit of stuff in. So we really appreciate all the work that you've been doing to put this on. What are you doing in New Mexico that you're kind of really excited about and hoping other states might be interested in? Are you guys doing anything new, exciting, changing things up?
Just a little bit, we're trying to keep building on the traditions that we have. One exciting thing that I'm really proud of is our Beef Ambassador program. We're kind of revitalizing and bringing that back, where we have more beef ambassadors and more kids that are participating, and looking to expand even to some junior ambassadors to bring some of our younger kids along, because a lot of times you have kids that are beef ambassadors and they have siblings that are tagging along, and we want to get them involved too. And our beef ambassador coordinator is amazing, and she's put together a great group of kids, and we wanted them to be a part of our conference, and they've done an amazing job of helping us introduce speakers and giving their presentations. So we've been very proud of them.
They have been putting on some really good in-depth presentations with numbers and facts, and it's been really well done by them. We have a collegiate beef advocacy program at the national level with ANCW. And so what we are hoping for at the national level is that more states start having programs like yours with beef ambassadors and advocates. So they might be interested in heading into the national level with ANCW. And that is open for both young ladies and young men ages 18 to 24, I believe, college age students. And so I think if we start having more programs like yours at the state level, that'd be really beneficial for the national level, and giving these students opportunities to learn and go to workshops on how to be more involved in their industry and how to be a better and stronger voice for the industry, because we need to start getting younger people involved for sure, since the average age of a farmer and rancher is well over 60 now. And so I think we need to switch gears and start focusing more on the youth and helping them be successful in this industry. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
I'm very grateful that ANCW has been so supportive as we got ready to have this meeting and host this meeting. New Mexico is a special place and we're very diverse, but to be able to have all of these ladies come from all over, really, and we get to share our fun things that we're doing, the exciting things that we're doing. It's been really great. We've had amazing support from our sponsors that came out and wanted to help us make sure this meeting went off well, and that's been great. One thing I will encourage, any region, when you get ready to have your meeting, if you have access to some college age students who are looking to network within the beef industry and agriculture, try to get them on as interns. That's something that we borrowed that from our New Mexico cattle growers. We borrowed that idea from them, actually, and have a couple of interns, and they have been taking pictures for us and helping in the background, but they're also having a chance to visit and network with other ladies in the region, and it's been really, really good. So, I mean, if you have access to that, by all means, put those kids to work. They need it as much as we need them.
American National CattleWomen also has an internship program that not very many people know about, and I think it's a really good idea at every level to have our young people involved and invite them to these different things. And getting more CattleWomen organizations on college campuses and stuff is starting to get some traction with that as well. So I'm really looking forward to see what's going to happen with our collegiate members and growing that. Well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for all the work that you've done to put this on and make this such a successful and fun interactive event.
Thank you for having me, and thanks to everyone for coming to Region 6 or coming to Las Cruces for the Region 6 meeting. We've enjoyed having you, and I hope that everybody has enjoyed their time here in Las Cruces.
We certainly have. Thank you so much. Hello again, everyone. I am here with a new interviewee. This is Callie Martinez, and she is our newly elected Region 6 Director. She took over for Nikki Weston when she moved higher up into CattleWomen. So she's been doing the job for a little bit, and she's been doing a really good job. Do you mind giving us a general update of what's going on in the region?
So at this meeting, we've learned a lot of beef education and just a general update as to what is going on in all of our states. And big emphasis has been on the beef ambassadors. And going forward from this meeting, I definitely want to use the beef ambassadors as resources and highlight them in our monthly calls, as they are our future generation of this industry.
What events are going on in Region 6 coming up that our listeners might be interested in attending, and what are the goals with those events?
So California has a lot going for itself right now. We have a second step wired event coming up this fall in September, and it's going to be more on the cattle genetic side of it, really learning and diving into how to read the EPDs and preg checking, and looking also at the health side of the cattle when you're dealing to infections and even dealing with cysts and how to treat them.
So more in-depth type of wired for many people who do have some experience and don't need it quite a surface level. I think will be very beneficial. I think having some different levels of wired and starting to get that going will be beneficial, because there's so many people with so many different needs when it comes to education as to where they are at. So can you talk to us about our next meeting, where we're going to be going and what we're going to be doing?
So in 2025, we will be in Utah in the second week or so of May, and it is in the planning stages right now. So we're working on topics which haven't quite been finalized, but I know we're definitely talking about meeting management and Parley Pro, and then they have started the process to put in for a wired program at that one as well, because we're so close to the Idaho and Wyoming borders. So to have a draw for hopefully some Region 5 ladies, or really anybody's welcome in our region meetings. It does, just because it's Region 6, but we're all cattlewomen together and we're the same industry, so all are welcome.
Yes, I think it's very beneficial to go to other sides of the country and see what they're doing, because everyone has different ideas and different ways that they do things. And so I think drawing from each other and finding other things that people are doing and how you can apply those to your region will be very beneficial. Well, thank you so much for the update, and I'm very glad that you were able to spend time with us today.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, I'm here with our third interviewee. This is Nikki Weston, who is the president-elect for ANCW. She is from Region 6, actually. She is from the great state of Utah. Nikki, can you go ahead and give us an overview about what's going on with ANCW?
We're really excited this summer. We're right in the middle of region meeting season. All 7 of the region meetings are going to happen within the next 8 weeks. I think Alabama is next week, and then Arkansas is right after that. Then next month, the other ones are happening. We get women from all of the 7 different regions together.
That's really great. I know that what we just did yesterday, we had region elections. Can you go over what those were about and what those are for and the roles of people who were elected?
So each region has a representative on the committees in ANCW. There are lots of different committees. Wherever anybody has a passion is where we want you to be part of. There is the budget committee, there is ways and means, there is PR, social media, we have the collegiate beef advocacy program. Wherever your passion is, there's a place for you to serve in ANCW. There are elected positions, but we take all volunteers.
So what other events are going on here at ANCW here soon? What other meetings and learning opportunities do we have?
Our summer business meeting is coming up in San Diego. I think it's July 7 and 8. We get women from all over the United States coming. We have a really good time. We do the business of ANCW. We learn a lot about the pillars of ANCW, our legislation, education, promotion. And then coming up after that is an advanced wired in California. We're excited to get everybody to come to California and take this Wired 2.0.
Wired to the next level. That's something that we talked about a little bit with Callie, and we're excited to see how Wired can spread and change for different needs for everybody. And then when it comes to our summer meetings and our region meetings, not only are we doing business, but we're also doing a lot of different types of workshops and having a lot of different guest speakers come in. So even if you don't want to be involved in leadership positions or committees, we just have general learning opportunities, and is a chance to meet and mingle with ladies from all over the United States who are passionate about this industry just as much as you are.
The women in the American National CattleWomen are amazing women. They work hard. They are passionate about the industry. They are passionate about each other, and really the very best part of ANCW. We're grateful for all of them.
Yes, definitely one of the best parts has been able to meet with people, and I've learned so much being involved in the past few years, and being able to have more young people come aboard is something that we're really focused on in the future. Can you talk a little bit more about our collegiate beef advocacy program, since you were so involved in that before?
The collegiate beef advocacy program is probably my favorite program at American National CattleWomen. We're raising the next generation of beef advocates. We take them, and they're already so well prepared, but we send them all around the United States promoting beef, making good connections, and we give them a great scholarship when they're done. And they work hard for us for the rest of their lives.
I think it's so important that we're doing that and getting so many more young people involved. Do you think that we can get the ball rolling on some more college chapters of American National CattleWomen? And for somebody who maybe wants to start that at their college, do you have any advice, or do you know how they can kind of get the ball rolling with that?
We have just started building our collegiate chapters. There are so many great cattlewomen on so many different campuses. Casey Maitsky, our vice president this year, is working on how to get more collegiate chapters. I think there will be a collegiate chapter workbook coming out very soon.
That's fantastic. I know I've talked to people at my school at West Texas A&M, and if anyone's interested in this was what I was told when it comes to starting a new club, an organization at a college campus. The main thing is to have a local chapter of that organization involved and supporting it and supporting the club as it transitions through different officers and everything, because you're only in college for so long, and so there's just so much turnover. It's important to have the local chapter, so our local or county CattleWomen or Cowbelles supporting these college programs, and that's how we're going to be getting it going, is from the bottom and local people.
Well, and then there's a place for our collegiate cattlewomen to go when they graduate. When they get established, there is a place for them to find a home in their local chapters.
I know that after I graduated high school, I was so involved in 4-H and FFA, and I did Grange, and I did junior lab. I did all of the clubs, right? And then once I was done with those, I felt a little lost. I have such a passion for talking about my industry and sharing that with people. Now that I didn't have FFA and 4-H, what could I do now that's still going to be an impact? Because I wanted to spend my time making an impact, and my mom started bringing me to ANCW meetings, and now I have an outlet to be able to make that impact, and so many people around me supporting me in doing the same exact things.
Well, if our collegiate cattlewomen do not have a local chapter wherever they end up, there is a place for them in American National CattleWomen. We want them to come and be involved. We need our young women to bring their knowledge and their passion and their skills.
Very much so. Is there anything else you would like to add before we close out?
We are a great organization of women all across the nation, have a shared passion, a shared voice, and we're doing good things for the beef industry. Come join us.
In my time, just in the past few years of being involved in the ANCW, it has changed and has grown so much, and there's still so much that we can do, but we need the people on the ground, and we need people in every way, shape, and form, in every position, in order to keep the momentum going. And so anyone who is listening and not an ANCW member, we're gonna keep telling you that you need to join, because it is such an amazing organization. Thank you, Nikki, for spending time here to be on the podcast and to let me interview you and grilling you with all these questions.
Thank you so much. I appreciate all you're doing.
Thank you.